86 million Americans will work freelance by 2027. That is more than half the entire workforce. Your role is not vanishing, it is splitting into slices, sold one project at a time. The curve is steep. 70.4 million freelancers in 2024, 86.5 million by 2027, 90.1 million by 2028, 90.1 million by 2028. Here is the question that decides everything. Is this the best move of your career or the worst? A mid-career manager clears her desk on a Friday. By Monday, she is billing 3 companies. Start with 2023. 38% of the American workforce did freelance work that year, according to Upwork. So what changed? 3 forces collided at once: economics, artificial intelligence, and what workers actually want. No single force did this. Stacked together, they made hiring one full-time person the slow, expensive option. First force, economic pressure. Companies want the expertise without the permanent salary. Access the skill, skip the overhead. The layoffs make it concrete. Companies cut full-time roles in profitable years, then rehire the same skills by project. Watch any earnings call. Record profits announced in one breath, a workforce reduction in the next. Translation: your employer may not be replacing you with a robot. It is replacing your title with short contracts. So why now? Why did contracts suddenly beat salaries? Because Force 2 removed the biggest friction in hiring. Force 2, artificial intelligence. The old bottleneck was matching. Sorting resumes took weeks. AI collapsed that to seconds. Take Eightfold AI, a talent intelligence platform. Its engine reads what you can do, not your job title. The scale is staggering. More than 1 billion career profiles mapped, over 1 million distinct skills tracked. The old way? Post a role and wait weeks on paper resumes. The new way? Rank 1 billion profiles in seconds. Force 3, worker preference. This is the part employers keep missing. Given the choice, many people want control. The freedom is real. Set your own hours, pick your clients, work from anywhere you want. But preference alone is not a trend. The money had to follow. And it did, at the top first. The executive suite went fractional first, chief officers for hire 1 or 2 days a week. Here is how fast it moved. The number of fractional executives did not creep up, it doubled. From 60,000 fractional executives in 2022 to 120,000 by 2024, double the headcount in 24 months, tracked by column content. The pay is not a downgrade either. Fractional sales leaders average $9,651 a month per column content. But do not romanticize it. The same shift that frees one worker leaves another completely exposed. The winners share one habit. They stopped waiting to be picked. They built proof of their skills in public. One worker waits, tied to a single employer, skills buried on a resume. The other markets many skills openly. Translation: your job security no longer comes from your employer. It comes from how many people can see your work. This is the in-group forming in real time. Treat yourself like a business and you compound. The gap compounds fast, and the income data proves where the high earners actually sit now. The proof: 4.7 million independent workers earned over $100,000 in 2024. In 2020, it was 3 million. MBO partners tracked the jump. So this is not a gig side hustle story. At the top, it is where the biggest paychecks now live. Now the practical part. If half the workforce is heading here, waiting is a choice too. Run yourself like a business. Build a public portfolio. Package your work as projects. Line up more than one client. Start before you are forced to. Build your name while a steady paycheck still funds the experiment. Here is your recurring cue. After every piece of work, ask if a stranger could find proof you did it well. This is not only a worker story. Companies are rebuilding around it, and that tells you where demand goes. Employers get expertise on demand without the overhead. Scale a team up for a project, then down when it ends. So the org chart inverts, a small permanent core surrounded by specialists who plug in and out. Now, the part nobody puts on the brochure: fractional work moves real risk off the company and onto you. The employer used to absorb the quiet cost: health coverage, the slow months, the training that made you better. On salary, the company carries the gaps. Independent, you carry them. Same work, a very different floor. Income stops arriving in a straight line. Some months come in heavy, some come in thin. That volatility is the real filter. It is rarely skill that stops people making this move. It is cash flow. So the move is sequencing. Build the proof, land a second client, and only then let go of the first. There is a second group at risk, and it is younger than you expect. The people just starting out, and it is younger than you expect. Apprenticeship used to come bundled with the job. You learned by sitting near someone who already knew how. Project work does not bundle that. Nobody hires a contractor so they can slowly learn the craft. Translation: early in your career, the training you used to get for free becomes something you have to buy. Which changes how you pick work. Take the project that teaches you something, not only the one that pays. Then price it properly. You are not selling hours anymore. You are selling a finished outcome. And make yourself findable. The matching engines can only rank what they are able to see. And the pool keeps growing. 90.1 million American freelancers are projected by 2028 per Upwork and Statista. Being good is not the same as being visible. The invisible expert loses to the visible one. So publish the work, write down what you learned, show the before and the after. Let the proof sell. Two people, the same skill. One is a name on a resume. The other is a body of work in public. Only one of them gets found when the search actually runs. That is the whole game now. Now, that number I promised you at the start, the one that decides whether this is the best or the worst thing. 84% of freelancers say they are living the lifestyle they want. For traditional employees, it is 54%. Translation: the freedom is not only financial. Most people who make the jump end up happier with how they live. Come back to where we started. 86.5 million freelancers by 2027. That is more than half the workforce. That is not a forecast you sit and watch. It is one you join. Start building your proof now.